This is Chris Tenney.
And Taisha Tenney.
We want to invite you to join us every Saturday on Spread Peace Radio on the Tan Talk Radio Network. Tune in every Saturday at 5 p.m. to learn about how people are making a real difference in the world and help prove there's a place for positive, uplifting conversation on talk radio. Visit our Facebook page and direct a donation to your favorite charity, www.facebook.com/Day of Kindness.
And get inspired once a week by subscribing to our newsletter at www.spreadpeace.org.
You may be owed some money. After 911 and 411, call 541. That's 727-541-1741. Call Gulfstream Motorsports for a diminished value report. Due to my 28 years experience in the auto salvage business, I'm very good with wrecks. So if your car's been involved in a wreck, call me for a diminished value report. Call 727-541-1741. You may be owed some money for the lost value of your repaired vehicle. And visit us at GulfstreamMotorsports.com.
Hey girls, would you like a free spa treatment? Would you like to benefit from the world's most effective organic olive-based moisturizer? As part of a special promotion, Green Organics International is giving away their all-organic age-delay moisturizer. All you pay is the shipping. Good skin doesn't just happen. This olive-based moisturizer reduces lines and wrinkles, it lifts and firms the face, and delivers powerful antioxidants that transform and brighten your skin. Isn't it about time you pampered yourself? Get your free bottle now. See our link on the Spread Peace Radio Show homepage at www.spreadpeace.org.
From the Sunshine State, this is Tampa Bay's Tan Talk.
Happy lately, thinking about the good things to come.
It's time for Spread Peace Radio. To be on the show, call toll free 1-866-826-1340 or 727-441-3000. Now here's your host, Chris and Taisha Tenney.
Wow. Well, another week on Spread Peace Radio. Thank you for joining us. My name's Chris Tenney. I'm here with my beautiful wife, Taisha Tenney. And, of course, the Yogi Zen Dude calling in from Long Beach, California. And we have a really awesome show for you today. I can't wait to share with you just a really special guy out in the world that's making a huge difference. Chris Kendall is a raw food chef, a certified nutritionist, and going to come share with us some incredible information about how the foods you eat can really make you not only feel good, but make a real difference. And we're going to be talking to him in just a few minutes. Before we get going with that, let me just welcome any new listeners that we have from Little Rock, Tampa Bay, Dade, Zephyr Hills, the 5 communities that are broadcasting live, and remind you that if you missed any of the past shows or you want to catch any of our future shows or even listen online, make sure you go to spreadpeace.org. We have all the links right at the top so you can quickly access any of our shows. The one last week with Bruce Perlowin from Hemp Inc., a publicly traded company, that was an awesome show, don't you think, Greg?
Man, really thankful to have Bruce on the show and spreading the word about industrial hemp.
Yeah, now let me just share with folks here real quick what this show is all about, because we are still new on the air. This show, it's soon to move to Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Just got word from the programming department. I thought I was shooting for 5, but we got 6 o'clock. That's a great, terrific spot for us to be with you once a week, every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern. And that'll be our new time slot starting this Wednesday. And what we do on each show is bring you positive, uplifting information that you can put into use today to make a difference today with what you're doing. We want to encourage you to go to our Facebook.com/Day of Kindness. If you go to that page and you post something positive and uplifting, or something that you found uplifting, or a nonprofit that's doing some work in your community, we will select one each month here on the air, and you will be able to direct a cash donation to the nonprofit of your choice. So if you have a nonprofit that you volunteer at, or if you just post a picture of you and your kids at the park and you share something that's positive and uplifting and you're selected, you can choose your local food bank, your SPCA, or anybody. And I love what I'm seeing there, Greg and Taisha. I'm on the Day of Kindness page right now, the Angel Light Inc. out of, where is that? Columbus? Yeah, Colorado. The city of, well, I should have looked at that. Columbus, Colorado, Susan Cleveland posted on Facebook that they believe in being physically involved in giving to the community, volunteering, and that it's necessary and positive tool for mental and physical well-being. And they go out every day. They're electricians and carpenters and people that go out each month and provide services to people that can't afford it for free. I just love that. And there is no
that is so awesome.
And there's no big or small. Next to that, you'll see the leaves that our Yogi Zen dude on the line with us raked into a big peace sign in the park. And you said, Greg, people actually were coming up to you and telling you that they really appreciated that.
Yeah, it's been a joy just doing that, and then watching people come by and just stop and just have a quiet time. They're looking at that, and then other people taking pictures, and it's
such a great way.
When I first saw it, I was blown away. When I first saw that picture on the Day of Kindness page, I thought, "Whoa, that is so cool! All those leaves, all those different colors." So, folks, we hope you go to facebook.com/Day of Kindness and post something positive and uplifting. If not, just stop by to get a big boost to your day by reading all the great things on there. Don't forget, everything you hear on the show, any link you hear mentioned, any advertiser that you hear, any of the books that you'll hear about today from the author we're having on. You can always go to spreadpeace.org, and right there at the top, we'll have all the quick links to everything. So, real quick, let's get into this, Greg and Taisha. Are you guys ready for today's show?
Yoo-hoo!
All right. Let's define a few things. So we're about to talk to one of the best and I think the funnest raw food chefs, vegan raw food chefs out there in the country now. We were able to track him down in Costa Rica. What's he doing down in Costa Rica, Greg?
He's got a couple of retreats. I don't know. We'll have to ask him. I think he's in between them right now there, but teaching about the raw food lifestyle and how to be a raw food chef, and yoga and surfing, and he's an amateur skater too. Does some great, awesome skating.
Oh.
Wow, I wish we were there with him right now.
Yeah, Taisha, we were on his page today, and we're like, whoa, check out those pictures and those recipes. His book, 101 frickin' rawsome recipes.
I want to try every one of them.
They're really... So let me define some terms you might hear on the show here today. Vegan. Vegans are people that for either ethical or for spiritual reasons or health reasons, they decide that they're not going to eat any products that come from animals. No meat, no dairy, no milk. No butter, nothing that comes from. If you're a vegan, you typically also wouldn't wear leather or wear leather shoes or things that come from products. Now, sometimes people are a little intimidated when they meet, and Greg and I are both vegans. And Taisha is vegetarian. You know, we're mostly vegan because we live in the same house and we're always cooking the same stuff.
I try.
But, so when you hear that term, that's what vegan means. And it really isn't about, being a hardcore 100% this or that. It's all just about, doing a little bit better than where you're at today.
Exactly. I mean, even, a lot of people think that, vegan food is weird or even vegetarian food is weird. But as you will learn today, hopefully, the food that you can make that is vegan and raw is actually amazing. It's gorgeous, it's pretty, it's colorful, and it tastes good. And you feel really good when you eat vegan. That is definitely
true. And during this show, you're going to be given a link. So make sure you stay tuned to where you can go download 101 freaking rawsome recipes. I got to be careful how I say that on the air here. I don't want to get kicked off our flagship station. They're watching me real quick when they hear that freaking awesome recipe. Now,
I love the name of that.
Second thing you're going to hear is raw food. Raw food we call it raw because it's not heated up. I think, Greg, do you know what the temperature is? I know Chris will, but there's a certain temperature you don't take it over when you're cooking to still be considered raw?
A couple of different ones. Usually, between 105 to 110.
Okay, so if you don't heat it up over that, and
nothing heated over 105.
Yeah, and Greg, maybe you can share the purpose of why you don't want to heat up the food.
Because as soon as you heat it up over that, you start killing off the enzymes and vitamins that are in it. So that's why.
Okay, and then the last term, then we'll get to our break and get to our guest. I'm just setting you all up so that you know what these terms mean, so that when we have Chris Kendall call in from Costa Rica, you can be part of getting the most out of it. So the last term here is organic, and I think everybody. They think they know what organic means, and I think a lot of people think they know, but they don't really know. Raw, natural is not a term that's even regulated by the government. Natural, it doesn't have anything to do with meat. And so, you see that on all these, I saw potato chips the other day that said natural. I'm like, really? The organic, organic means no pesticides, no, are sprayed on it. that they don't use, it's not genetic. Well, I guess it could be genetically engineered, couldn't it, Greg?
No, because they put pesticides in the seeds there.
Okay, yeah. So organic, and if you want to be safe, you want to eat organic, because we don't even know. And when we talk about genetically engineered foods, we're not going to get into that today. We'll be doing a future show on that. If you don't know what's happening with Monsanto and genetically engineered foods, go to spreadpeace.org, click on the Yogi Zen Dude, and check out some of his blogs he's got there. Greg, you and I were on the phone with somebody a few months back. I think you were on the phone with me when I was talking to him. And his children had a very rare disease that they couldn't have any animal protein, or it would actually put them in the hospital immediately. And they kept going to the hospital, and Child Protective Services came and were going to take his kids. And they made him start logging everything he fed them. They found out that the tomatoes that he was buying that were genetically engineered with pig skin, with pigs' genetics to give them a thicker skin so that the tomatoes would make it better to market. And that's where they were getting pig protein in their diet from the tomatoes. Now, I don't know about you, but that's just messed up, dude. That's just messed up. I don't care whether you eat that kind of stuff or not, but to inject it in the tomatoes. So there's a lot of people out there. When you get ready to do the show after this break and you get to meet Chris Kendall, you're going to know what vegan means. You know what raw means. You know what organic means. So stay tuned after this break. Live from Costa Rica, Chris Kendall.
It's all right. Darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here.
Hey girls, would you like a free spa treatment? Would you like to benefit from the world's most effective organic olive-based moisturizer? As part of a special promotion, Green Organics International is giving away their all-organic age-delay moisturizer. All you pay is the shipping. Good skin doesn't just happen. This olive-based moisturizer reduces lines and wrinkles, it lifts and firms the face, and delivers powerful antioxidants that transform and brighten your skin. Isn't it about time you pampered yourself? Get your free bottle now. See our link on the Spread Peace Radio Show homepage at www.spreadpeace.org.
The Own Peace Church would like to invite you to participate in one of our online services or events. The Own Peace Church is a non-denominational church learning truth from all the great masters. It's a place for truth-seeking souls together for communion with God. Own Peace Church follows the path of self-realization fellowship as taught by Paramahansa Yogananda, using Yogananda's lessons of right living and the scientific meditation methods of Kriya Yoga. We seek to know God fully and be living examples of living in God's kingdom now, so all souls will know God's love within them in this lifetime. Visit us online at ownpeacechurch.org.
Green Organics International offers over 50 green and organic products that you will not only love, but also feel good knowing that every time you choose organic, you're helping keep chemicals off of our land and out of our water. You're helping keep farm workers and their families safe, and you're helping create a more sustainable world. Getting started is easy. Simply choose one of our products online and we'll ship directly to you. Visit www.greenorganicsinterntional.com/spreadpeaceradio or visit the Spread Peace Show page at www.spreadpeace.org for more information.
Do you know a charity that could use a cash donation to help them accomplish their mission? You can help them receive a cash donation by simply sharing them on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Day of Kindness. Simply post something about them on our page, and each month we'll choose one winner here on the air. You don't have to be nonprofit to enter. If you post a picture of you or your friends doing a kind act, you can win. That easy. You can direct the donation to the nonprofit of your choice. Kindness and compassion is spreading like wildfire. Visit us at facebook.com/Day of Kindness.
Welcome back to Spread Peace Radio. Chris and Taisha here, our flagship station in Tampa, Florida, and the Yogi Zen Dude, Greg Lunger in Long Beach, Florida. Long Beach, California. If you'd like to call in, dial toll-free 866-826-1340, or if you're here locally, 727-441-3000. And our guest today, Chris Kendall, calling in from Costa Rica. And Greg, I am so excited to have him on the show today. If you know, this is all about organic. Today's all about being vegan, celebrating all this great food. I first became familiar with Chris Kendall. He's one of the featured bloggers at greenorganicproducts.org. That's a website that some friends of mine and myself put together. And when I started reading his blogs and seeing what he's all about, I was really excited. So I want to encourage you to take a look at his blogs at greenorganicproducts.org. And we're going to be giving you his website here. Greg, what's his website? My page just went down.
TheRawAdvantage.com.
TheRawAdvantage.com. And that's where you can get this really cool ebook, 101 frickin' rawsome recipes. So I'm going to get right to this because I just love the story and the way he shares how easy it is to start implementing some of this in your life. Chris Kendall, are you there?
I'm here.
Oh, well, thank you. Boy, you're coming in great for being in Costa Rica.
Yeah.
We thought Florida was good. How's the weather down there in Costa Rica today?
Oh, wow. It's really, really nice out. We were out on the beach today, sun shining, went and petted some sloths. It's an excellent day.
Wow. It doesn't get better than that.
Hi, Chris.
No.
Well, thank you so much. First of all, for all the videos and your copy of your book, the 101 frickin' rawsome recipes. I'm enjoying it. Taisha and I have some recipes already picked out. I was really excited about that. I want to get to some of that in a minute, but I thought I'd just start out by asking you, what led you? I know that you were the chef at the Woodstock Fruit Festival. You're down in Costa Rica now, having been asked to be the raw food chef there. What led you to where you're at today as this, evangelist of raw foods?
Well, truly just living my passion and purpose, to be honest. First off, I'd really like to thank all of you guys here, Chris, Taisha, and Greg. I feel really blessed to be on the show today and to share with everyone, and by your very nice opening for me as well. I feel incredibly blessed. How I got into this, it really is just living my passion and purpose. I got into health because my health was failing, because I was really passionate about skateboarding, and skateboarding led me into a little bit of a place of self-abuse and, alcohol and soft drugs and cigarettes and that kind of stuff. Definitely not vegetarian or veganism. And my health was failing, my knees were hurting, and I wanted to skate more, so I moved towards health. I moved towards vegetarianism. I read a book called Fit for Life, which really exposes on vegetarian or vegan eating. It goes over hygienic raw food eating, and it also really talks about food combining and just bringing in a healthy, holistic lifestyle. And that book really, it changed my life. And over 5 years of applying those principles led me into the raw food diet. And all that time I was really still improving my health to be a better skateboarder. Following that kind of passion, I really felt my purpose was to be a professional. And within the first week of going 100% raw, after meeting Dr. Douglas Graham, he's an author of a book called The 80-10-10 Diet, which I'd really highly recommend.
Yeah.
After meeting him, and yeah, go ahead.
Well, so I you're a certified nutritionist too. Some people don't understand, I think, the benefits of it, because once you start going vegan and once you start going raw, just all these changes take place, both emotionally and physically. But as a nutritionist, somebody's listening to this thinking, gosh, I couldn't be vegan all the time. What benefits might they start seeing if they were just to, start adding this to their diet more and more? What kinds of things would they start to see more and more of in terms of their results?
Well, generally, the first kind of thing you start to see is better skin. You have more youthful, shining look. You feel a little bit more optimistic. Better sleep quality, better smells. That's a really good one. Whether you're going to the bathroom or if you're just exercising in sport, you don't smell as bad anymore. More endurance, more mental clarity, better stamina, I guess, and just kind of feel more peppy. You feel a little lighter. And like you kind of mentioned, it's not just physical; it is also emotional, spiritual. It really does open you up in different ways, and it really gets everything firing. I like to call it a vortex of positive change, because it really gets you to look at every single lifestyle aspect, all of the habits you have, mentally, emotionally, and physically, and it asks you to reevaluate, to change things, or to just sit with acceptance in them.
And what would you recommend to people that are thinking of going vegan? Is this something you wake up one day and just poof, you're not going to use any of these products or those products? Do you tell people to ease their way into it? What do you recommend so that people can actually be successful at this kind of transition?
Well, I definitely recommend people become well-informed. I recommend that people grow in the reasons for being vegan or being a raw foodist. There's many of them. You can really look at any aspect of from health to the ecology to the ethics to, animal welfare. There's multiple ways, and the more you look, the more reasons you find for going vegan. So I ramp up the reasons just so that one kind of starts to fall through a little bit, or you're feeling a little down and you're not caring as much about yourself. You might care instead about the animals or about the planet, about the carbon footprint you're putting out there.
Well, now let me ask you about how do people? I want to tell us about the book you have, the 101 freaking Rawsome recipes, and the book you have coming out at therawadvantage.com. And the reason I'm so excited about that, and folks, this isn't just. This is a book that, if you want it as an ebook, it's just whatever donation you feel blessed enough to be able to make. But when I opened it up, Taisha, when we were looking at that, it was so easy. It's just 2 or 3 ingredients. You're like, wow, I never thought of putting that together. It was really awesome. So it seems like you have a certain way of putting foods together, and you also have a way of eating foods in a certain order or things that maybe you could talk about, all of that in one shot here.
For sure. Yeah, no, that's a good challenge. So, the way I most typically eat is one food at a time when hungry till full. That's mono-eating. That's what most animals do in nature most of the time, given they have enough of their preferred food choice. Now, 101 frickin' Rawsome recipes, that's basically the first 5 years I was a raw foodist. The recipes I came to use the most often, and I shared with others, and they enjoyed a lot. And it is utilizing the principles of food combining. So if you're not eating eating one food at a time, which, again, all animals in nature, that's how they'll do it, unless there's a scarcity of that food. That affords the best digestion. Next to that is coupling foods together so that they match their chemical makeup enough or their water content enough that they digest in a streamlined fashion. Most commonly, you hear people say you are what you eat, but really what I like to say instead is that you are what you absorb. So it doesn't really matter what you eat. You can take the most expensive superfoods and ingredients and whole foods and mix them all together, and if they're not chemically balanced in such a way that they're going to digest streamlined from your digestive enzymes and secretions, then you end up with fermentation. You end up with half-hearted digestion that actually can end up taking 2, 3, even 4 times longer in your digestive tract, which is going to result in more fermentation and a lot more energy being wasted. So that's why I really espouse on food combining, and I go over that in my 101 frickin' Rawsome recipes ebook. Just because, it's pretty simple. There's really 4 principles in there that I go over. It can be as easy as, the simplest one really is to mix foods together that have similar water content and similar predominant flavor. So when you look at something like bananas and oranges, one's tart, one's sweet, one's watery, one's really dense. They don't really digest well together. They have different transit times. So it's really coupling foods together with similar transit times and similar predominant mineral balance. So greens, one of the things that kind of need to add to that is the greens and, leafy greens, young tender vegetables, celery. They tend to go with everything. So that recipe book just utilizes those principles and espouses on a few other kind of more fine-tuned food combining details and puts over 100 recipes together that are really simple. Like you said, even some are 1 ingredient. Others are 5, maybe 6. That's the most. And it goes together in such a way, though, that you could serve it at a restaurant and people would feel like they're getting a gourmet meal. Because in the end, Mother Nature is always going to be the best chef. And if you can put foods together fresh from Mother Nature in their most vibrant, raw, vital, whole food state, especially organic when they're great quality, you put it together in such a way that it only accentuates those natural flavors. And you can't beat that. You feel better, you feel more vital, you feel lighter. You can eat 2, 3 times as much if you want and feel great and not feel guilty about eating too much because it's low calorie, high fiber, high water content, high mineral, high vitamin foods that just ramp up your health with every single bite.
That is awesome. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back. We're talking to Chris Kendall, raw food certified nutritionist, calling us from the retreat in Costa Rica. Life must be rough out there. Thanks for joining us on Spread Peace Radio. We'll be back right after this break.
Would you like to lose weight, have more energy, and feel better? Green Organics International would like to give you a free bottle of their all-natural weight loss product, Go Slim. Unlike other products that might leave you feeling jittery or uncomfortable, Green Organic only uses all natural and wild-crafted ingredients. It's not just a weight loss product. Ingredients like dark cocoa have been proven to improve your overall sense of well-being. This is an organic, holistic approach to reaching your ideal body weight. To claim your free bottle of Go Slim, visit www.spreadpeace.org and click Claim Your Free Bottle. All you pay is the shipping. Start losing those unwanted pounds today in a way that is healthy and lasts. Quick, claim your free bottle at www.spreadpeace.org.
This is Chris Tinney.
And Taisha Tinney.
We want to invite you to join us every Saturday on Spread Peace Radio on the Tan Talk Radio Network. Tune in every Saturday at 5 p.m. to learn about how people are making a real difference in the world and help prove there's a place for positive, uplifting conversation on talk radio. Visit our Facebook page and direct a donation to your favorite charity, www.facebook.com/Day of Kindness.
And get inspired once a week by subscribing to our newsletter at www.spreadpeace.org.
Green Organics International offers over 50 green and organic products that you will not only love, but also feel good knowing that every time you choose organic, you're helping keep chemicals off of our land and out of our water. You're helping keep farm workers and their families safe, and you're helping create a more sustainable world. Getting started is easy. Simply choose one of our products online and we'll ship directly to you. Visit www.greenorganicsinterntional.com/spreadpeaceradio or visit the Spread Peace Show page at www.spreadpeace.org for more information.
Do you know a charity that could use a cash donation to help them accomplish their mission? You can help them receive a cash donation by simply sharing them on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Day of Kindness. Simply post something about them on our page, and each month we'll choose one winner here on the air. You don't have to be nonprofit to enter. If you post a picture of you or your friends doing a kind act, you can win. That easy. You can direct the donation to the nonprofit of your choice. Kindness and compassion is spreading like wildfire. Visit us at facebook.com/Day of Kindness.
Don't make it bad.
Welcome back to Spread Peace Radio. To be on the show, call toll-free 1-866-826-1340 or 727-441-3000. Once again, here's Chris and Taisha Tinney.
Welcome back to the Spread Peace Radio Show. Talking to you live from our flagship station in Tampa, Florida, with the Yogi Zen Dude in Long Beach, California, and Chris Kendall, certified nutritionist, raw chef, flying all over the world, treating people with these amazing raw food recipes that he makes.
Hey, Chris, you know,
definitely a blessing.
when I tell people I try to eat vegan or raw, the first question they always ask me usually is, how do you get enough protein? And so I was wondering if you could address, you know, especially with the raw food, what the best source of protein is if you're going to, you know, make a diet change that dramatic.
For sure, you know, and that's actually probably the most common question I get myself as well. And so I've had a lot of preparation in order to answer it. You know, very, very often I'll actually ask a question right back and just ask, well, how much protein do you think we need? Because most people have no idea, you know, they just think we need a ton because that's kind of what the mainstream kind of media information kind of tells us, right? So when we actually look into how much protein we need, it's very small. There's been human studies. It's pretty unfortunate, but they've done human studies. And what they've come out to is that we really only need about 3 to 4% protein to do well, regardless of our fitness activities. That's a very small amount. And something that's really interesting is that there is no whole foods, including fruits, that are below 4% protein. So in fact, in the westernized world, in the first world, protein deficiency is unheard of. There isn't even actually a medical term for protein deficiency unless it's also accompanied by starvation or eating of 1 or 2 food groups that are not great, well-rounded food groups, such as, you know, something like corn or, you know, wheat. Just eating that as a complete staple with virtually no other food for a long, long period of time, so you get an amino acid deficiency. But otherwise, yeah, that has a term. But otherwise, if you're eating a well-rounded, balanced, raw food diet, it's actually impossible to get a lack of protein in your diet. Now, beyond that, you know, what I do, I get my protein from fruit. You know, I mean, most people don't realize but all whole foods contain some fats, some proteins, or rather amino acids, which are the building blocks of protein, and carbohydrates. They can be simple when they're underripe, when they're ripe, and complex when they're underripe. But all of the different essential amino acids are contained in whole plant foods. If we get enough of amino acids, our body actually, it's easier on the body. We don't need to break down the complete proteins with uric acid as a byproduct and a whole bunch of other toxic byproducts when you break down meats or other types of animal products. So getting your amino acids from whole foods, fruits, and vegetables, it's much simpler on the body. There is no byproducts, and so it's a lot lighter on your digestive and similar reserves.
That's great, Greg. I know when you first became aware of Chris Kendall and his work and his blog and everything else, you were really excited too. What was it that you first appreciated about what you were reading and seeing?
Well, the first one thing was the first blog post that Chris did. There is you're a very humble man, Chris, and how you shared about your story there and your transition from the sad American diet to a raw vegan diet, and the back and forth on that. It's not necessarily a simple transition for many people, and I thought that was beautiful how you shared that, and you find yourself off course, and then you bring yourself back to it there, and just gradually getting dialed into it on your own terms there, so that it becomes something real for you, and you recognize the beauty of it from your own experience there. That was an awesome story there, and I often, people ask me, they think it's pretty hard to get started and stuff, and I think now I point them to your 101 frickin' awesome recipes there, but also I pointed them to smoothies, just smoothies or fruit smoothies there, and what would you point them to?
Oh, bless you, man. Thank you so much. I'm definitely warmed by that. I really just point them in the direction of any fresh fruit or vegetable that they love. What I really like to bring to the whole kind of health and raw food scene is just complete common sense and simplicity. We get back to the basics, that our natural instincts lead us towards things that are most enjoyable. If we think that we need to be healthy and we think we need to eat all this food, it's like the old, I don't want the broccoli. Well, you got to eat the broccoli. It's good for you. Well, really, if you don't enjoy it, if it's something that you want to eat, it's not going to be assimilated in the same way. It's not going to be uptaken in the same way as if it's a food that you just love and you want to eat more of it. So I'd recommend that people start by just adding in more fruits and vegetables. If they want to go all the way and try a whole raw food diet, get informed. Read something like the 80-10-10 book. Check out my website. Do a consult with me. I offer all my services by donation. Really, it's as easy as when you're hungry, eat as much fruit as you want. Pick the fruits you love the most and eat until you're completely satisfied. And if you're not feeling fruit, reach for some vegetables. Have some tomatoes or have some celery or some romaine lettuce or some spinach, and eat as many times a day as it takes. Get ready to do as much as you want and as much as you can to be full. And otherwise, if you're just, putting a little bit more in, add some raw food before any meal. You can start your day with fruit. When I first made my first changes 13, 14 years ago now, all I really did was I had fruit for breakfast every day. That was like one of my big commitments. I can actually say in the past 13 years, I probably had about 8 or 9 breakfasts that weren't fruit. And that made a huge difference in itself. Then I started adding food combining. I started being a little bit more aware of what I was eating and the different combinations and how my digestion actually felt. And, otherwise from there, taking out animal foods, taking out those things that to serve you well, and just adding in more bites of fresh, raw food.
Wow.
You know what I found when I'm eating, especially raw foods, is I really need them to taste good, and that's a big part of it. And I found that if you add some herbs, that it can change the flavor. And you know, I don't know about combining which ones to combine. I'm sure you know that, Chris, but like I love to use basil or rosemary or something even in a smoothie, and just to add some extra fun flavor. Or mint is a really good one too.
Heck yeah, you know what, Taisha, all those herbs are great. You know, they're incredibly mineral dense. And just like you said, you know, that different flavor, it adds a different kind of punch to it. And the great thing is all leafy greens, especially, you know, like those mild herbs and watery greens like romaine and iceberg and celery and spinach, all those things, they digest incredibly well with anything. They're basically like utilitarian foods that you can add to any smoothie or any juice or to fat, you know, avocados, nuts.
So they combine well with fruits and vegetables?
Awesome. Yeah, they combine really well. The only vegetable thing that I wouldn't really mix with fruits is something that's more hearty and starchy, like carrots or broccoli or cauliflower. You know, I wouldn't really mix those with fruits so much. But otherwise, the leafy greens, especially young, tender, sweet ones, they're great to mix with everything. And that's something that's really fun too. Is I might have a week where I'm eating really simple, like streamlining digestion. You know, I have a skateboard competition on the weekend, or I just know that I want to be really chipper and active and bright on the weekend. I might eat real simple, just 2 or 3 foods for the whole week. But, you know, I might just take a handful of fennel one day and add it to my banana smoothie, and it tastes completely different than just a regular banana smoothie.
Or, yeah, I love it.
You know, or a bit of mint in your orange juice. You know, just like you said, there's millions of different variations, even with just a few ingredients. And oftentimes you mentally project what you think it's going to taste like, but wow, you can't really prepare yourself for how amazing it can taste when it's fresh and high quality and mixed in certain ways. It's just really, again, they accentuate Mother Nature's natural flavors. It's just awesome.
And it just makes you feel so good, and when you're eating clean like that, you have so much energy, and you don't ever have that weighty feeling.
Chris, let me ask you this. You know, the more I learned that made me go vegan, which was I was just shocked at you know, this was 15 years ago. I read a book from John Robbins, and he was the heir to the Baskin Robbins chain, and as you know, he walked away because you know both Baskin and Robin died of a heart attack, you know, before they were 50. And so I kind of came to it from that. But when I look at these food charts that are being taught to children, and you know, with meat-based diets, when I see that doctors, you know, why is it that certified nutritionists, yoga instructors, you know, people that go out and get this very specialized education in nutrition almost unanimously tell you that you know, obviously, I mean, it's a no-brainer. Obviously, a raw diet is better for you. A vegan diet is better for you. There's really no debate anymore about either whether it's better for you or whether, you know, the planet can even sustain that. We had David Gardner on, the director of Growth Busters, last week. Awesome show. It's actually one of our most listened to shows, where they're talking about the overpopulation on this earth. And I'm not going to go into it right here about, you know, the differences of that. But why is it that you think that the mainstream educational process, whether it be with a physician, your family physician, who I mean, I was told by my doctor a couple of years ago that he never took a nutrition class the entire time he was in college. Why? How do you think? Why is this? Why? I mean, how do we get? How did this happen? Do you see it getting better? And or am I off base in even thinking that?
No, I think you're on base for sure. You know what I mean? First off, you're totally right. Most PhD, most doctors, they have less than an hour in nutritional training. They're not experts in health creation, while they may be experts in, I guess, something more like a disease. I don't even know. I apologize. I'm kind of floppering on that one. But disease management, really, you know, they're managing diseases with other toxic substances and stuff like that, which, you know, in emergency situations, that's amazing. That can be really, really helpful. But in terms of health creation, that's just not their specialty in most cases, you know. And the way I kind of look at it is, I mean, there's an old school information loop, you know, there's an old school education loop that hasn't been updated. I mean, some people talk about a cooked food perspective. I mean, that can sound a little bit crazy, but, you know, I mean, unless you're open to the idea of living on a diet comprised of plants and vegetables, your perception is going to be skewed to what you believe is true, what your personal likes and dislikes are, and what makes most sense to you based on your perception and your own experience, you know. So I've met many nutritionists who told me I'm going to die. You know, when I was in school to become a holistic nutritionist, they told me that I would die within 2 years on this raw food diet. You know, I'm almost 9 years later, and I'm feeling better and better and better. Every single blood test I've had, I've went to 2 different PhDs, had full-spectrum blood panels done 3 years in a row. I talked to 2 different PTs, and each and every one, no exception, each and every one has literally told me that my results are the best they've ever seen in their careers.
Wow.
So there is no doubt. The proof is in the pudding. It's just, again, old school information, old perceptions, old beliefs, as well as, I think at a higher level, and maybe this with some people doesn't ring true, but to me, I think it also just is kind of a bit of a triangle between the food, the medical, and government kind of agencies, or different agencies, because, you eat the crappy food, you end up in the hospital, and it all kind of feeds back into the system. Also, it keeps you less aware. Eating a really vibrant diet, it makes you more vital. It makes your synapses pop faster, makes you a little bit more aware of your energetic surroundings, and it can really open your eyes, because as you start to look at the lives around you in certain realms, you start to question other things, and a more aware person isn't necessarily good for business, or isn't necessarily good for certain groups and individuals. Right? So I think that has an aspect of it too.
Yeah, I think, it seems like we've, we're making headway, but I'm blown away that there's not more information out there. I really appreciate all the information you put out. We're getting ready to go into a break here, but I want to tell everybody, they can tell us all the places. I know rawadvantage.com. That's an awesome site. Even T-shirts, peace, love, and seasonal fruit. I love that.
Yeah, I got a whole bunch of avocado bananas and Ooh Baby You Like It Raw, and a whole bunch of fun stuff like that. I even got Ooh Baby You Like It Raw panties, and
it's a beautiful website. It's gorgeous.
Oh, thank you. I'm updating it really soon too, so I'm really excited about that. And
fabulous.
I do retreats, like you said. I do.
I'd like to do a retreat with you at Costa Rica.
You come out. We just had one. It was yoga, skateboarding, surfing, raw food.
Yeah.
Oh,
I wish we were all there.
Well, that's awesome. Well, Chris, thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule down there in Costa Rica to be with us on the Spread Peace Radio Show today. We're going to post a link to your website, your newsletter, and all this information at spreadpeace.org. It'll be right up at the top. If you haven't checked out Chris Kendall, go to therawadvantage.com. He's a featured blogger, also a featured vegan blogger at greenorganicproducts.org. And get his newsletter. Get the 101 frickin' awesome recipes. And you'll be seeing a video of Taisha and I making some of those recipes this week. We'll be posting on spreadpeace.org.
We're so excited to try.
Thanks for joining us today. Appreciate it. We'll be right back after this break with the Yogi Zen Dude. My beautiful wife, Taisha Tinney, and myself, Chris Tinney, live on the Tan Talk Radio Network.
I'll always be true. Love me do, love me do, yeah, love me do, love me do.
Green Organics International offers over 50 green and organic products that you will not only love, but also feel good knowing that every time you choose organic, you're helping keep chemicals off of our land and out of our water. You're helping keep farm workers and their families safe, and you're helping create a more sustainable world. Getting started is easy. Simply choose one of our products online and we'll ship directly to you. Visit www.greenorganicsinterntional.com/spreadpeaceradio or visit the Spread Peace Show page at www.spreadpeace.org for more information.
The Home Peace Church would like to invite you to participate in one of our online services or events. The Home Peace Church is a non-denominational meeting place, online and off, where you can come learn from all the great masters. We spread kindness by looking for ways to be more kind in our own everyday life. Following the path of self-realization fellowship is taught by Paramahansa Yogananda. We explore his lessons on right living and the scientific methods of Kriya Yoga. At Home Peace Church, we seek to know God and be living examples of God's love, so others, here and now, will know God's love within them. Visit us online at homepeacechurch.org to be part. No matter where you live or what you seek, we hope you visit us at homepeacechurch.org.
Hey girls, would you like a free spa treatment? Would you like to benefit from the world's most effective organic olive-based moisturizer? As part of a special promotion, Green Organics International is giving away their all-organic age-delay moisturizer. All you pay is the shipping. Good skin doesn't just happen. This olive-based moisturizer reduces lines and wrinkles, it lifts and firms the face, and delivers powerful antioxidants that transform and brighten your skin. Isn't it about time you pampered yourself? Get your free bottle now. See our link on the Spread Peace Radio Show homepage at www.spreadpeace.org.
Do you know a charity that could use a cash donation to help them accomplish their mission? You can help them receive a cash donation by simply sharing them on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Day of Kindness. Simply post something about them on our page, and each month we'll choose one winner here on the air. You don't have to be nonprofit to enter. If you post a picture of you or your friends doing a kind act, you can win. That easy. You can direct the donation to the nonprofit of your choice. Kindness and compassion is spreading like wildfire. Visit us at facebook.com/Day of Kindness.
Welcome back, Spread Peace Radio, broadcasting live from the Tan Talk Radio Network from our flagship station in Tampa, Florida. Greg Lunger in Long Beach, California, and my beautiful wife, Taisha Tenney, right here by my side. If you're listening live online, you can go to spreadpeace.org, listen to the show live, and call in. If you want to listen to the past shows, you can go to spreadpeace.org. We just got done talking with Chris Kendall, a certified nutritionist, raw food chef, down at a big retreat down in Costa Rica. He was also at the Woodstock Fruit Festival. Greg, Yogi Zen dude, I don't know how what an amazing connection you've made here. I was so happy when you brought him to greenorganicproducts.org. That's how I met him. We were looking for some featured vegan bloggers, and we had some pretty high standards, so high that he's the only one we've added so far. Because we do have high standards. They got to be in alignment with us on a lot of different levels, not just the diet. So, if you want to learn more about organic living and greener, go to, greenorganicproducts.org and check that out. I remember spreadpeace.org is our flagship website for this page, and you can go there and you can join a whole online community that we have around green and organic living. You can get to our Facebook pages, because we really don't want this show to end at the end of the hour. We want this to be kind of the boost of the week and get to know you on Facebook. So I hope you go to facebook.com and connect up with us. Go to spreadpeace.org and connect up with our various sites and our videos and the blogs that Taish and I do and that Greg does there. Because when you support, our website, you share it with your friends, when you support the advertisers you hear on the show, you're helping prove that there is a place for positive conversation on talk radio. It makes a difference, and we appreciate it. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention our top sponsor, Green Organics International, that you hear throughout the website. And there's obviously a link at spreadpeace.org. But if you want to really start implementing some organic products into your life and some vegan products in your life, I would highly recommend it, because not only are they giving away the free organic weight loss product right now and the spa treatment, but they have baby products. And I know, if I had a baby right now, I would definitely not want to be putting these chemicals and things on my baby. So,
and they have great cleaning products as well.
And the hemp protein shake. I mean, I think the hemp protein shake by far is just an unbelievable product. So I want to really encourage you to maybe start by pick one thing that you're already buying and get it from Green Organics International. You'll not only be making a move towards a more green and organic lifestyle, but you'll be helping support this radio show, and we'll thank you. If you go to greenorganicsinternational.com and you put /Spread Radio, they'll actually donate 25% of their very first purchase to us to help keep us on the air. So we really appreciate that. Greg, what a great interview, packed with information, and I love the 101 freaking awesome recipes.
Let's have a race to see who can make them all the fastest.
I know. I'm looking at this. What is it here? It's the singing salsa wraps. Man, that looks really good.
That sounds good.
Yeah, well, I know I'm going to be making a video on Wednesday with Taisha, and I've got some really, some of those things just look so delicious. There was a squash soup, and there was a banana, a couple of banana things that were really
Didn't
awesome.
you say you tried the banana one, Greg?
Yeah, the banana pudding there is, my dad and I just love it. We're doing it every week or a couple of weeks there. Yeah, it's just.
Is it yummy?
What is that one? What's that recipe?
It's like 12 to 15 bananas there, and then you mashed all up like with a potato masher there, and then one pear you cut it up and put in there, or a few handfuls of raisins and some cinnamon there, and you have to put it. My dad put in some frozen blueberries too, but it's real simple to make there, and it's really good.
Wow,
that sounds like a good thing to have for breakfast.
See, that's what I love though. That's what I love about the 101 frickin' awesome recipes, because it has stuff like that. Bananas. What did you say? Bananas, a couple of pears, some raisins, and cinnamon, and you mash it all up, and you're done.
Well, and that'd be a great thing to bring to a party and introduce somebody to, raw vegan food and let them taste something that tastes so good like that.
That's awesome. Well, guys, I'll tell you what, we're going to take a quick break here, and we'll be right back after this message.
Oh, yeah.
That's all right. Bill's in the control room telling us we can go on for just a little bit, hear more.
The Own Peace Church would like to invite you to participate in one of our online services or events. The Own Peace Church is a non-denominational church learning truth from all the great masters. It's a place for truth-seeking souls together for communion with God. Own Peace Church follows the path of self-realization fellowship as taught by Paramahansa Yogananda, using Yogananda's lessons of right living and the scientific meditation methods of Kriya Yoga. We seek to know God fully and be living examples of living in God's kingdom now, so all souls will know God's love within them in this lifetime. Visit us online at ownpeacechurch.org.
Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun.
Well, Greg, Taisha, another great Spread Peace radio show. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We got just a couple of minutes here, so I just want to kind of run down with you how you can connect up with us, because we want to be your friend. We want to be your friend on Facebook. Do I sound like a loser?
We love our
Will
friends.
you be my friend? Will you be my friend?
Please.
Go to facebook.com /Chris and Taisha or /Yogi Zindu. But you can get to all those links from spreadpeace.org, and we do appreciate it. And we do appreciate all of you that shared last week's show with the director of Growth Busters, Dave. Dave, that was awesome, and the hemp show before that with Bruce.
We've had a lot of people sharing the shows, and we really appreciate that. That's so much fun.
Yeah, because that's how this show grows. It's from people like you sharing it with others on your Facebook wall and on your Google Plus page. Greg, you're doing a Google Hangout. If you haven't done a sound healing with the Yogi Zen dude, you need, I would say get off your butt, but get on your butt. Listen to the sound healing this Wednesday.
Your butt.
That's right. Greg, tell us what you're doing with the sound healing this week.
Starting this Wednesday here at 11 a.m. Pacific time. If you go to Google Plus and Google Own Peace Church, there'll be a 20-minute live sound healing there, and then each Sunday there at Own Peace Church and Google Plus, same time, 11 a.m. Pacific, we have another live sound healing. So Wednesdays and Sundays at Own Peace Church on Google Plus, we've got live sound healing.
Oh, that is great.
We're having too much fun
and,
there.
There's links at spreadpeace.org. There'll be links at the top there if you want to go find that. Day of Kindness, I tell you, there's lots of room for new entries on our facebook.com /Day of Kindness. Post something positive and uplifting or a group that you're involved with. And if you're selected, then you'll get to direct a cash donation to the nonprofit of your choice. And probably one thing you really want to do right off the bat is make sure you get the Spread Peace newsletter. Because, if you miss a show, or you missed some of the links in the show, or you're feeling like you want to connect on Facebook, get our newsletter. Once a week, we'll send you all the information, links to each of the shows, what's happening, how you can nominate the nonprofit that you're passionate about, and we'll get you all that information. We really appreciate it. We'll throw in some links to some fun pictures. I think, hey, Greg, I think what we should do? We should put a picture of you with your new your longboard skateboard.
Yeah, we want to see that.
Yeah.
I want to do. You know what? Do me a favor. The next newsletter, let's make sure we put a picture of you with a skateboard. We'll put a link to your HaveTooMuchFun.com website, because whenever I need a boost, I just stop by HaveTooMuchFun.com, and you know what? I can only stay a while because it's just way too much fun.
Greg, you're always making us laugh, and we're always having so much fun with you. You rock.
Guys, thank you so much for all your love and support on the Spread Peace Radio Show. Now we're moving. New time slot this Wednesday, 6 p.m. So if you get the newsletter, you're covered. You'd have known that even if you didn't make it here today. See how smart you were for getting the Spread Peace newsletter? That's at spreadpeace.org.
Hope you can make it.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you this Wednesday in the Hangout on Google Plus with the Yogi Zen Dude. Don't forget to ask yourself, who can you help today?
Namaste.
Thanks, you, Yogi Zen Dude.